back in like spring of this year, I think, maybe in like April or May, a lot of like very big and prominent YouTubers made coming out videos, and it was amazing. I felt really, really good to be on this website. I felt extra inspired when I watched Ingrid Nielsen's video. If you don't know who she is, she's a beauty guru and came out as a lesbian. And it was really nice and very, very sweet and very touching, and it was just very happy and great. And around that time, I felt like, maybe I should make a coming out video. But there was also a lot of bullshit going around being like, oh, these people only did it for views, and like, it's just like a hot button clickable thing to talk about, and that is total bullshit, because it's their story. You cannot deny them of their happiness. So shut up if you're one of those people. And I didn't make a video back then just because I was like, I don't really need to. It's just, my sexuality is just something that takes a back seat in my life. It's part of my identity, and it's something I'm definitely proud of, but it's not something that I like feel so strongly about that I need to talk to the internet about it. But then I heard a lot of people making great points saying like, if you're part of such a niche sexuality and you can relate to just a small group of people, all the better. Because I realized that I really hadn't seen a lot of female and feminine coming out videos. It's mostly just gay guys, white gay guys. And also I haven't seen a lot of middle of the spectrum YouTubers. There are a few, and they're great, and I'll leave links to the ones that I think are amazing, because they are. I really haven't seen a lot of it, so here's one more. I'm queer. And I know a lot of people like use queer as sort of an umbrella term for bi and pan and others. Can't think of any right now, but I use the label queer to describe me. For me, gender is not like the #1 identifier that I use to find a person that I'm attracted to. And the reason I use the term queer is because I've kind of taken a journey through different labels to get to this point where I've just kind of accepted that I have liked cis guys, I've liked cis girls, I've liked genderqueer people, I've liked trans people, and at this point I just kind of like it all, but I don't want to identify as pan. I want to identify as queer. That's just a personal thing that I can't explain at all. It's just what I want to do. I guess I'll tell you my like real life coming out story, not on the internet. When I was 2, my dad came out as gay. My parents were married and then got divorced because it would have been a terribly unhappy marriage. And everything is chill now. No worries. The fam is chill. Yeah, so he came out, and then I came out to my mom as bisexual in like 7th grade. I want to say I was like 14, yeah. And I just went up to her and I was like, Mom, I like girls. And she was like, okay, that's fine. And it was solely because I had a crush on a girl, and then I was like, oh, maybe I'm bi. And I didn't know anything about gender spectrum, so I just declared that. Fast forward to sophomore year, I swore off guys for a little while. I was really, really adamant about just being like, I don't like men. And it was true. I really didn't like men, to the point where I was a little repulsed by men just because of personal stuff that had happened in my life, and I didn't want to associate my sexuality with being attracted to men, legitimately. So I pronounced myself full-fledged lesbian, and I was just into girls, and that was what was it. And then around the middle of my senior year, I kind of fell in love with a guy. And at that point I was like, well, I need to re-examine my sexuality because I like this guy. And then that led me to here, where I identify as queer. I've been really lucky to be surrounded by people who even if they don't understand, they ask, and it's in the most respectful way possible, and I'm eternally grateful for that. This still feels like kind of weird because I've been like out on the internet, like on my blog and Facebook page and stuff like that, but I just haven't made a video about it, so this isn't very like emotional and tear-jerky, but I hope it helps somebody, because I just want to tell you guys that it's okay to be in the middle and use that umbrella term to describe your individual self. The other thing that I found out about calling myself queer is that my grandma didn't like it. I mean, she respects it. I love my grandma to death. But I told her I identified as queer, and she was like, well, I would never use that term because it did used to be a slur. I mean, I just use it for myself. And if you don't want to use that word because you still consider it a slur, that's fine by me. But for a lot of people, it's been embraced. I also want to say that there are tons and tons of resources out there if you are feeling confused. Me being one of them. If you shoot me a message and just want to talk things out, I would be super happy to do that. I hope this helps somebody. I really do. That's all. I'm queer. Yay! Pew! Pew! If I had like party poppers, it'd go out. Maybe I'll like find confetti and put it there. I'm queer. Yay! I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.